Hey everybody, this is Brett with the Indie Comic Dispatch and broadcasting from an undisclosed location deep within the Milky Way galaxies. This is broadcast from the Dispatch. Hey everybody. Hey, Pierre.
What's going on? Another Wednesday night. The dynamic duo is back.
Because we skipped last week, so I'm like,
Yeah.
how does it work? What do we do?
It's like it feels a little rusty, you know. It's like,
It
oh man,
does. It
like
does.
trying to get back in the swing of things.
Exactly. Oh, well, if you're out there watching us, tonight is another first Wednesday of every month is Team ICD night, Team Indie Comics Dispatch night. We bring together people that are close to the Indie Comics Dispatch, either writers or people we love to partner with, or just really cool people, and we put them on air with us, and we just talk indie comics. So be ready in the comment section. Be ready wherever you're listening to throw out stuff to us, things that you want to hear us talk about, your opinions, your thoughts. So on and so forth.
We call them dope folks.
Dope folks. Well, we didn't before now, but now we do.
Now we do. Now we call them dope folks.
I do want to share before we get rolling. Snowy Works, if you guys are familiar with the publisher Snowy Works, we are doing a contest. Tales from the Dispatch. It's the Indie Comics Dispatch's first comic book that we're going to put out. It's going to be an anthology series of all genres. So that contest is open now. You can submit original stories to it now through February 20th on indiecomicsdispatch.com/tales from the dispatch. So
make sure I get on that.
Yep. And all you out there watching it, if you have an original short comic book story you want to tell, go submit. How you been? How was your week last week while we were off?
It felt fast and slow, but I mean, it was good. It was dope. I got some things done. As you notice, I've been pushing out all sorts of promos and ads and stuff like that. I think some people are like, "Will he just stop?" But you know, it's a business. I mean,
it is, and you got lots on sale right now.
Yes,
you want to plug that real quick?
I do. I have a matter of fact, this hoodie. This is one of the things that's on sale. Can't see it because of the bright lights, but this is one of the things on sale. That's in there. If you buy $20 or more of product, you get 25% off. And it's been working pretty well. Like I've seen where the price of the hoodies that I have is almost cut in half from it. Like the person brought 2 hoodies and it was like $60, which it would have been 80. I was like, wow. Okay, cool. So I mean, people have been getting some good deals. People have been getting some good deals from this stuff.
That's really cool.
So
I got to order. I keep telling you I'm going to order a T-shirt, and I keep not having my wallet around me.
Yep, it's open till Friday. You all have till Friday.
Friday. So go over to sovereigncomics.com, right? And go to the store there, and
then click on shop, and it'll take you straight over to the shop. Or if you're on Instagram, you can click the links.sovereigncomics.com. That's in my bio, and you'll see Silver's store. It'll be jumping at you. Literally.
It will. It like does a little shimmy.
Exactly. You just click that and it'll take you straight to the store. So
before we welcome our guests, I also want to say, Indie Comics Dispatch, you can support us on Coffee. It's looks like Ko-Fi. It's not Ko-Fi, it's Coffee. Displayed right down there, ko-fi.com/Indie Comics Dispatch. We're looking for monthly donors, and not much. All we want is $3 of your hard-earned money to come to us, and that helps us keep the lights on the Dispatch running. You sign up as a monthly donor, I'll send you some free stickers. That's my deal to you. And we have several, and for everybody out there that has become a monthly donor, I'm so appreciative of you, and you are helping. You're helping get things done at the Dispatch. So
and like I said last time, and I'm sticking by my word, if you are monthly donors and you hit like that month 3 spot, then I'll send you a free comic. So
There we go.
you begin some extra awesome stuff.
So, I mean, way more awesome than my stickers,
way more
let's
awesome.
be honest.
Well, the stickers are dope, especially the holographic ones.
The holographic one is cool.
Can't go
All
wrong
right.
with that. That's the late 90s, you know, this.
Exactly. Everybody loves a good holograph.
Exactly.
Welcome to our stream this evening. First time joining us on the show, a guy I love. If you go to my website front page, his store is linked. John from Encased Comics. John, welcome, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem.
No
Glad
problem.
glad you could make it, and we can just talk some indie comic stuff and have fun tonight.
Exactly. Glad to finally get you on the show, man.
I know, and I'm not just a guy behind a computer or the phone anymore. I have a face.
No.
Exactly.
Faces, voices, now we know.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to just introduce them at the same time. The people, the creative minds behind Catalyst Comic Studios, friends of the show, Thing 1 and Thing 2.
AKA Double Trouble.
Double Trouble, hosts of the Beard and Comics podcast. So if you're listening to this on podcast form, go after you're done listening to our episode and rating us 5 stars. Go look up Beards and Comics. Mm-hmm. Unless you came to us from them, then listen to more of our episodes. Aaron and Matt, welcome.
What's up?
What's going on?
How's it going?
I'm gonna let everybody in on a little secret too. Matt is actually the cover artist for the Tales from the Dispatch.
Just letting it out like that.
I am. Hope that was okay.
At least now you know it's gonna be dope.
You know it's gonna be dope.
I mean, why would Matt care? It's your project. Right.
I know. I don't know. I always worry about what other people think. Welcome, gentlemen.
Well, that's
having his first video review posted to Indie Comics Dispatch today. I'm super proud of Scorpio Chronicles.
I'm just gonna clap for that, man.
It's a first video review, and it comes with some of the bumps of a first video review and some of the realizations of ourselves of a first video review.
Congratulations, though, man.
He looks totally shell shocked right now.
Yeah, just make sure. Oh Lord,
it was like I saw the nervousness a little bit, and then I saw you start getting into it. I'm like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this really quickly because I have been told this for the longest, and it didn't dawn on me until I actually listened to the video. People used to ask me, "Were you ever like a sex operator?" I was like, "No." What is wrong with you? And I heard my voice. I was like, "Oh my God." That's why I'm like, okay.
100 Scorpio.
Finally, someone who was a former sex operator. No, not really. Malachi Bailey. I don't know. I'm going to assume not. We lost Matt. Matt will be back, I'm assuming. Either that or he got so pissed off at me for revealing that he's the cover artist.
That's right. He said, forget it.
Brett. Malachi, welcome.
Hello, people.
The things we do for college tuition, I tell you.
Seriously. I considered it at one point being a phone sex operator.
See?
Because
why not?
My first job, I was at customer service, and my trainer, I would never forget it. She's like, Malachi, when you're on the phone with our customers, I shouldn't be telling you this, but you have to use a sultry voice to calm them down. I'm like, really? She's like, talk like this, it'll bring them down to your level. I was like, okay, and it worked.
I actually did that, but I was in collections. I was trying to get a payment from this guy, so I literally switched my voice to a more feminine voice, and I actually got the payment.
Dang.
See?
Wow.
And he actually was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "No, excuse me." Sorry. He was like, "Oh my God!" I said, "Thank you for your payment. Have a nice day."
Exactly.
I want the money.
Well, gentlemen, thank you all for being here this evening. I hope it's a fun night of indie comic talk and just whatever comes up. Again, if you are out there in the social media world, in the internets, and you have something that you want to talk about, hey, shoot us in the chat, in the comments below, and we will try to get to you. Guys, let's start with what maybe you've been reading lately. Oh, actually, first, I'm sorry, I forgot my own run of show. Malachi, I'm going to pull this up and share my screen. Today, we posted our first casting call of an indie comic on indiecomicsdispatch.com. And I am so, I've been stoked about this for a while. I have known that Malachi was writing this, and that was one of my favorite features of the old Wizard magazine. Today, we posted today the first casting call for Black Sands, and it's really fun. It's really fun. I am quite impressed with Malachi's casting. So I'm not going to scroll and show you guys the casting. I'm going to stop right there and say you got to go to indiecomicsdispatch.com and see it there. But Malachi, anything you want to say about it?
I enjoyed it. And I knew about Black Sand for like the last 5 years, but it was something that was kind of like, I want to say on the sidelines or my peripheral vision. It was just something that I just was somewhat aware of. So getting into the whole indie comics industry, meeting more people, networking. And then I noticed that Black Sands was, popping up again. I'm like, I've seen you before. And it turns out it's the biggest, Black indie comic book company. Mm-hmm. So it was the reason why they were in my vision. But I enjoyed doing the article. It was a little challenging, to cast some of the characters, not because I didn't have anyone in mind, but because I'm old. So when I think about when I think about child actors, I think about the actors that I knew growing up. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about Full House and Family Matters and Growing Pains. It's like these are people who are way older than me, so I have to think okay, Stranger Things, okay, that's recent. Blackish, Mixed-ish, those type of shows. So I have to definitely dig deep, and that's fine.
Yeah. So I was quite impressed when I got it. I don't write the casting call because I don't know actors. Like I'm like, that's that person, and I can never remember anybody. but so Malachi graciously agreed to write it monthly for us, and this is the first one. And I when I got it and I looked up all the actors, I was like, hell yeah, you did a really good job. So if you're out there watching, or you guys on the panel, what indie comic book or series you can't name your own? Which one do you think we should fan cast next? Okay, well, we'll move on.
Delta Dog. Do Delta Dog.
Delta Dogs could be cool. That's a big one.
I like a lot of
actors.
Yeah, what you fan cast for that, Malachi?
I was thinking about Bitterroot.
Bitterroot?
Ooh.
That's
a good one
too. I'm only vaguely aware of that particular book, but I hear it's very good.
It's so good.
So Bitterroot, I'm thinking I would love to see someone fan cast Is Nana the Were Spider?
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see that.
Very cool. I'd want to see who would be as Nana.
Yeah.
That would be kind of hard though.
Yeah.
Joe popping up in the feed. Fan cast Matt Wagner's Grendel.
Oh, that's old school.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, have you gotten that tattoo yet? When's he getting the tattoo?
That's a good question. That is a good question. Joe, when are you getting that tattoo?
Oh, well, anyway, if you guys got more suggestions, feel free to throw it out there, and we will add it to the stack. So what have you been reading lately that's been interesting, gentlemen?
I just got one of my Miskatonic High books in, the one with the Lovecraft PI crossover. Mm-hmm. So now I'm catching up. I'm reading the other one, and then I'm gonna jump into that, and then I back the other one. So I'll be reading that when it gets in. You said I can't say my own books. I've been reading my books too since I've been writing the next issue. Of course, I was reading Tilt earlier today for a reason.
Yes, you were.
Yes, you were.
But
Everybody else is like,
I love how that. Yeah, I love how that book's going.
I love Tilt.
Appreciate
That's
it.
that's why I cosplayed Patrick, because if I was ever a superhero, I'd be Tilt.
He's a cool character. The whole time I'm looking at him, I'm like, wow, is super Jesus. That's what I was thinking the whole time. But the dude, he's a pretty cool dude though. All of his
John,
he loves hero landing.
he does.
Yes, he does, man.
Yeah.
It's a trope. Got to play them tropes.
Yep.
John, you just posted a review of a book you just read.
I did. I just finished reading Nightfall. So that was an awesome read, and I just had to post a little review. And I don't review a lot. You'll notice that there are very few blogs on my website, so I don't do a lot. But that one I think needed a one because it just couldn't capture what I wanted to say in a single Instagram post. Mm-hmm. And then Brian was so nice and sent me the digital copies of Justice 0 and issue 1. So I actually just finished reading those as well. And we had a little discussion about that in chat because I definitely enjoyed that. So I recommend it to anyone who hasn't read it yet. And then I'm also reading Cold Dead Hands from Source Point from Garrett Gunn.
Yeah.
So I'm reading issue 2 now.
I feel like I have that one to review. Maybe it sounds really familiar.
I think it might be in there.
I think it is.
I think it is.
Very cool. What about you other guys? Scorpio, you just I'm sorry, Aaron.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been reading nothing. Dude, I've been too busy. Y'all know what I'm working on. I got too much stuff to do. Look, but it's disappearing December for Matt and I. We made it all the way till December 2nd before we got on another show. So it's going great. You know, we're really crushing that whole disappearing thing.
You're doing a really good job.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. But I plan on reading some stuff that's coming through from Kickstarter now that I have the month to kind of get my mind right.
Yeah, I think I feel like the last book I read, the last indie one, was The Pits, and that was because that's the last one that I've gotten from a Kickstarter yet. So I'm still waiting on a few more to come in. So, but yeah, it was definitely good. Proud of Shimmy.
Yeah, he keeps showing up in my people I might know, and I'm just going to request him at some point.
Yeah, you probably should.
Scorpio, we talked about your review that you posted, so I know you read at least that recently.
Yes, I did. Evil Cast is an indie comic that I did review 1, 2, 3, and 4 on, and I really like it because it has my favorite horror and comedy. I love those types of horror and comedy movies that keeps me laughing, and sick at the same time. Guts falling out and they still laugh. Just that kind of crazy stuff. I have a crazy sense of humor, but yeah, that's Evil Cast. That's a good one. I can't wait till number 5 comes out.
Very good. I did, we get a lot of books to review at the Dispatch, like a lot of the books to review, and I was kind of, after reading your review and then kind of looking through them a little bit, I was a little pissed that you got to that one before I did, because it does look really, really good. I didn't mean to put Joe back up again.
We get it. Jeez. Soon.
Al, what have you been reading, man?
So for me, indie-wise, I was reading Black Sands. Mm-hmm. So I read the first 4 issues. I think number 5 is out, or they're
number
doing
7 drops today. Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're So I read the first 4 issues, and then today I noticed a friend of mine, he had posted something about Sacred 6 from Dynamite, and basically it's like an all-female team of supernatural characters. Vampirella, Draculina, which I'm not familiar with, Panther. But what got my attention was that Vampirella was black. She had an afro and everything. So I started reading that, and then when I realized that Christopher Priest is doing it, I knew I had to do more research because I love Christopher Priest. Mm-hmm. And I started reading his recent run on Vampirella. So it has his unique style, the little chapter format, the pulp, I guess, style that he has going on. And I just started reading that earlier today. So
awesome. Very cool. What was the name of that one again?
So it's called Sacred Six. And excuse the way I sound. I just started using Invisalign, so I'm lispy and I'm spitting.
I've been there. I've been there for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
We just thought you were drunk, so it's cool.
Just a little bit.
But in this moment, no. It's called Sacred Six. Sacred.
Very cool.
Corella started doing that particular run last year. So I think it was making a lot of buzz, controversial buzz. So I'm here for that. I'm here for controversy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, I've been reading a ton lately because we're trying to clear out the review stack before the end of the year for all the ones I got in before the deadline, and I'm making good headway. But I've read some really bad stuff too. And
like what?
Do tell.
I'm not going to call out.
Malachi just said he wanted controversy. Let's go. Let's do this.
Brett, don't mention the one that you sent me. Don't mention that one.
Oh my
Jerry,
God, yes.
Jerry.
Oh yeah. There's one that I don't even know what it's about. I sent it to Scorpio because I just was like, am I just not cool enough to understand this? Like, I don't even know what this is about.
Was it that bad, Scorpio? Which one is it? I want to go see it now.
It's like it's like one of those things that haunts your dreams.
It was so weird.
That's like mix, yeah.
That's all the bad ones I've read recently are people who think they're writing horror, but they're really just like telling their perverse fantasies or something. I don't know. And I've gotten some real insight into some writers that I never want to meet in person.
Yeah, that was one I don't ever want to meet.
We need a list. Shoot us that list. Just shoot us that list after this.
Yeah. I will.
Let me do all the horror ones from here on out. I'll make sure there's never a horror comic again. If you're not gonna do it right, do not step into that.
Yeah.
So do research.
Exactly. Right? There's so much horror stuff and so much even old lore. Like humanity has always been enthralled in fear. There's so much research out there that you could do to make a good horror book.
Well, and that's one that I read that I really, really liked. And it's so stupid, but that's why I liked it so much. It's called Slowpokes, and it's supposed to be like an 80s horror movie, B-movie vibe. So it's supposed to be that. So when I say the premise, know that.
It sounds like
genetically engineered sloths that move fast and kill people.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure something like that just dominated Kickstarter.
Probably.
It probably did. I think it was successfully funded on Kickstarter.
Probably.
Yeah, but I mean not successfully. I mean like just dominated, because that's the kind of stuff for some reason.
See, that's
$20,000.
That's the horror comedy that I'm talking about. While stabbing people. See, I like that.
And I didn't realize it was supposed to have that 80s vibe at first. And so I got like 3-4 pages in. I was like, this is stupid. And I went back and read the author's description. It's like, oh no, this is amazing, actually.
Yeah, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So I really like that one. Steve Urena, I think is his name. Check him out.
Yeah. A horror like that, like I can appreciate, just like Scorpio was saying, that horror comedy. If you're gonna be a horror comedy, be horror comedy. Like know what you are. That's the reason why I think Scream, the movie Scream, did so well, because it knew exactly what it was. Like, and if you're doing a horror book and you got comedy in it, be a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And just do that well.
And don't do the same thing what everybody else is doing. I hate seeing the same. I already know. It's like I already know she's gonna fall and get stabbed. Okay, fall and get stabbed. Okay, next one he's gonna get hung up against a tree with a belt or something.
Yeah, make it different.
Yes, give me something.
Make her get hung up against the tree with a belt, and he falls and gets stabbed.
Exactly. There's one Michael Myers and one Jason. Don't try to emulate them.
Fabulous shoes, also. We can trip over our fabulous shoes.
Yeah,
I don't wear fabulous shoes. I have Walmart shoes, so.
I got my DCs over there. Of course, you probably look at me like, yeah, he wears DCs.
I can see that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I really picture you more as a Croc guy.
Oh
no, I'm just joking.
Actually, I want to get some. I'm thinking about getting some orange Crocs just for the office. I mean, got a brand, right? Like
that's right.
True.
If I'm gonna get them, they're gonna be orange, and I'm gonna wear
They
them
have new
around.
Croc boots now.
Just get orange
What?
chucks and be done with it, man.
Yeah, they have Croc boots.
That's not a bad idea. Croc
They do
boots.
have-
Yes, I saw that yesterday. Oh my
It's
god.
real?
Very ugly.
It's real.
Oh,
Get some like custom made sovereign chucks.
Yeah.
That'd be dope, actually.
Mhm.
I actually
They'll be
think
on
it
the
was-
store tomorrow. He'll be like,
I feel like every
got
time
'em."
we get on a show with Tier, we say something and then he's gone for the rest
Yeah.
of the show. Just like
Yeah,
thinking
'cause I'm
about
thinking
it.
about it.
He's like, wait,
Googling.
I think you can do that.
Yeah,
Orange.
Yeah.
I
Get some
know.
stickers,
I've tried,
get some stickers made. Just stick them on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I tried with doing it with like back in the day when they would let you customize your superstars with different colors. Like now you can't do it because I love shell toes too. So I had like orange and purple shell toes like set up.
Dope.
They were so dope. I was about to do them and they was like, we no longer offer these colors. So I'm like, guess can't get those. But Chucks, I'm about to look into that.
Throws his
Good one.
computer off the desk.
What do you mean I can't get those? So I get those Chucks. If you see me at a con and you see me with them on, I'm just gonna be like, I got them.
So that's what we've read. What are you looking forward to that you've backed maybe on Kickstarter or pre-ordered through previews at the comic store?
Midnight Highway. Yeah, from Mike Teener, guy that wrote Black Jackets.
Yeah.
It's another one that's it's like a play on an 80s horror. It's not slasher. It's more I think dark fantasy is what it's looking like it's going to be.
And saying he'll do a good job. I don't know if y'all read
Mike
Black
Teener can
Jacket. Yeah.
That dude can
Yeah.
write.
If y'all read Black Jackets, you'll know he's gonna do a good job.
Yeah, Black Jacket
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
He'll do a great job. It was not on Kickstarter yet, is it? Or did I miss it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's done on
over on Kickstarter.
What? Damn it. Okay. I don't know how I missed that.
Just tell him you need to review it.
Yeah, there you go. let me
Tears like I'm getting that book.
yeah, I gotta read that. Because I was up on Black Jackets. I think I got the most recent one.
I mean, he had somebody do a 3D glasses version of it, like 80s style. So I mean, that's pretty sweet.
That is cool.
So
See?
have the whole book done in 3D.
Yep. See, if you're gonna theme, you got a theme.
Yeah.
That's really cool right there.
What about the rest of you? What John, you have a store that's being filled with Kickstarter tiers, I think, right?
It is. Right now, I think I'm still waiting for about 6 Kickstarters that I funded to start receiving the awards from there to start loading up the store. Yes. Yeah, yours one of them.
I'm waiting for my proofs back from my printer. They ship them today, so when I get them, I'm gonna okay them, but I just like to have proofs. Maybe I can get those graded one day. I don't know.
One day. I'm actually working on that already. By the way,
Oh, sweet.
I reached out to the 3 companies again for a little more details on that. So that's actually something for all indie creators. I'm trying to get information for.
If you can get that push for indies, man, we will be so grateful. I know I would be to get my books rated. Man, that'd be crazy.
I'll start turning into a board meeting right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's
Ron
go.
Jordan, the
Accept
staff,
that.
offers graded books as part of his Kickstarter, I think. So it is always pretty cool seeing an indie book in the shell. I love it.
And he's one that actually just got his book, The Sab issue 4 in. So I still have to read that. And he's actually one that has really been helping, like, how did he go about it, so that I get some information to share to other indie creators as well. But one of the ones I have, other than Star's song, I'm looking forward to that one. I am looking to Concrete Comics, their Genesis Year 2, and Advanced Genetics from Darnell Lewis. I'm looking forward to that as well to get in and start reading.
Okay.
I want to have him on the show. We haven't had him on the show yet, and I'm looking forward to connecting with him.
So that's just a couple, like, I'm looking forward to, not just stocking my store, but just reading what's happening, what it's about as well. And I did have a couple of creators actually reach out to me as well about getting their stuff in there. So I'm looking forward to those too.
Sweet.
Very cool. Very cool. Where can people find your store? Let's plug that real quick while you're on.
Well, you can find my store on Indie Comics Dispatch's website. There's a nice little link on the right-hand side to link to my store.
Nope.
Or you go to encasecomics.com. It'll take you right in there. It's still a work in progress. Or just send me a DM on Instagram.
And that's actually how you and I first connected. I saw you offering the Sav, I think, issue 3.
Yep.
And I was like, I want a copy because I missed out on that. And so you sent it, and we've just kind of been chatting ever since.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's too cool.
Awesome.
I was telling him the other day he's doing something that he's filling that niche. It's like nobody wants to touch it. Like we were just talking about it earlier about how more stores need to get indie comics in, and it's like everybody's, oh, I don't want to mess with indie comics, but everybody's jumping on indie now. Everybody wants to read indie comics. So a lot of people are missing out, and you're jumping on it. You're one of the first ones, I think, to jump on it full force. So
I have a vision.
Dang, John, we're gonna have to talk, man.
Definitely. Send a message. Well, I know for me, I backed Beautiful Soldiers, which she just crossed 8,000. So she just fully made her goal earlier, I think about maybe 3 hours ago. So
I checked, probably 4 hours ago, and she was like $50 for making goal.
Yeah,
so
Gotta do that.
Cross that line.
So she got there. So I'm excited to read that, just to have it in my hand, because I've been friends with her since she started working on it, but she was farther along. But we've been friends for a bit, so I saw it grow a little bit. So I'm ready to get that. But more than anything, I am ready to get my Spawn action figure. I back that. I back that. I guess I'm a horror fan, so Spawn to me, even though it's horror action, it feels right in there. Plus, I'm a huge Spawn fan, so I'm ready to get that action figure from Todd McFarlane. I'm probably gonna do an unboxing when I get it, and be like a little kid. You might hear sound effects and
little giggles.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Dang it!
No, Spawn didn't do that.
Scorpio said I can't.
Spawn didn't do no.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't. He did a lot. He did a lot of cursing.
Yes, he did. my type of superhero. Let him know.
Yep. So I definitely got to show that when I get it. So I'm excited for that too. I think more than anything, I'll probably get it in December. Maybe it'd be kind of cool if it gets there right before Christmas.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those. I don't have a Spawn action figure. I'm actually in a giveaway for a signing from an actual art of Spawn, but
I
never had the action figure.
You should definitely get one. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people, because there's a lot of people who doubled up and brought multiples. So
I'm sure
they're gonna be hitting eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Besides, I gotta put them beside Wishmaster, because I do have a Wishmaster. I was at a con, and I just walked past the action figure table, and it just caught my eye. I was like, "Wait a second, is that Wishmaster?" He was like, "Yep." I was like, "Give it here. Here you go."
Take my orange chucks. Give me the action figure.
Right. The action figure. I'm out of here.
As he sips his red wine. Matt, have you backed anything recently?
That was for you, Matt, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yes. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Yeah, I just backed that Beautiful Soldiers. That was the last one I've backed. Just definitely want to check that one out. So I'm trying to think of anything else that's on there that I to be honest, I try to stay off it sometimes, because it starts getting really expensive. Then you're like, oh, what else is here? And you start scrolling. You're like, well, that looks interesting. And then once they all end, you're like, oh, dang it.
Second job.
I'm gonna go work some overtime real quick, guys.
What usually gets me is because you go into that when you start seeing things you like, you go into that spending mode.
Yeah.
And you end up backing 10 and 7 of them in on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck. Didn't mean to do that. I did not plan that correctly.
Yeah. Mal, Scorpio.
I have never backed anyone on Kickstarter before.
Oh, wow.
Don't start. Let me be the voice of reason. Don't start, because you'll never stop.
I think that's the reason why. Because I'm the type of person that when I see the cover gets me automatically, and I can look and say, okay, this is gonna be a good book. The next thing I know, I have a pile this high. And my bank account saying something different, and just like Kevin Hart said, my savings account is connected to my bank account, and it takes like 3 days for that to transfer over. So that's why I'm like, some things I kind of stay away from, but I'm gonna go and
see, with Kickstarter you can pledge, and they don't take the money till the campaign ends, so you have plenty of time to transfer the money over.
Yeah.
See, with that being said,
my account doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
I'm exactly, because I'm good at having unexpected bills. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta cover that. Then I have to run to this bank, and that takes 3 days to transfer over to this.
And it's not funny here when 7 of them end on the same day.
Yep.
And I'm like, how did I spend $200? Oh,
that's right.
I'm thinking next year I'm just going to do a prepaid Visa card, and when the money's gone, I can't back anymore.
Yeah.
until somebody launches something, and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta back that.
I gotta get that. I'm like, hey, guess what, Aaron? Cyber Team Issue 3 is out.
Wait, you're doing February too, right?
Yeah, February for Cyber Team Issue 1.
Yeah, man.
Then I'm
cross promo central, man.
Oh yeah. We got to do something big for that. We got to do something because we got to do something big for that.
Matthew Cargo on Facebook is talking to you, Scorpio. He has the perfect campaign for you to practice on for your birthday.
Yes, I back his book too. Get his. Get the
okay. I have to look into that. If you can send me the information to Scorpio Chronicles on DME out.
There you go, Matthew.
It's a pretty dope premise too. Like I was reading up on it when I backed it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. And since you like comedy, I think you'll dig it. I mean, I know you like horror comedy, but even still, it's in the comedy.
I like comedy.
Actually, you can judge the crap out of him because he was a stand-up comedian, and now he's doing a superhero comic, and the superhero is a stand-up comedian in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
it's a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times.
That's right.
Okay.
It's the comic and a comic playing a comic.
Right. Malachi, you backed anything recently?
Actually, I did. So I'm pretty certain that you guys are familiar with Sebastian A. Jones, who does Niobe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he released his Kickstarter called Ruining Christmas. And I was excited about on the promos for it, just chatting with him beforehand. And when I tell you, he is so fucking impressive. Like, so his goal was for $10,000 for 26 days, right? He met his goal within 4 hours, I think, for 10,000. And
wow.
Right now,
I was doing the same thing, man.
I'm with you. We're with you, Tier.
It's crazy because right now he's at $22,440, and he still has 23 days to go. I mean, I just want a sliver, a fraction of that. I mean, it's inspired. So I get my little change because I want to be part of the movement.
Yeah. That's
so how can I ask how, like, is it a ongoing book series? Was it a webtoon first? Has he been around for long? Like, what's
he's been around for a while.
Okay, so he's got a good backing, right?
Yeah,
he's got the following. Okay, see, I don't feel so bad, but then you tell me about a book with a sloth murderer, and it clears like 20 grand in an hour.
Yeah,
then I start getting a little like, why?
Like flipping tables.
Go stand in the corner.
I have no problem with people getting success off of hard work, and they've been at it.
Niobe has been a huge thing. I actually met him at Denver Comic Con, I think in 2018. He's a real cool dude.
Great show. It's funny as hell.
There it is, Rooting Christmas. Because I almost backed it earlier and I didn't because it's gonna get here after Christmas and then I don't fucking care anymore.
Then Christmas is ruined. So
exactly. Literally
nailed it.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, that's perfect. That's perfect promoting right there. It's like you got to come and run Christmas, and then you do it in the month of Christmas, and people aren't going to get it till after Christmas.
But it won't be there until January 1st.
So funded in 3 hours. Yeah.
Jeez.
But look, I mean, he's back 178. I love it when I hate it when I see creators who, and I know some people create under their comic studio name and then fund under their personal names. I get that. But I hate it when sometimes there's like 13 created, 2 backed. But look at that.
That's about how mine looks.
Yeah.
Oh.
People still don't back me. I don't know. It's up to the guys in here. It's up for Scorpio. Never back me.
I think a lot of people said that that's really a thing, but I don't think it's actually a thing.
What, people backing you when you back them?
Yeah. Well, we had a whole conversation about that.
Yeah. You should listen to that podcast about marketing and branding.
That's right.
It's always funny when I look at alerts saying from Kickstarter saying, Sovereign Comics has backed this project. You might like this too. I'm like, okay, I might, but I might not want to do that right now.
That's right. Scroll.
Yeah, that's like one of my biggest pet peeves too. Because like I've had people tell me, I had no idea you were doing a Kickstarter. I'm like, how? When we got this, we follow the same people on Kickstarter. Like I saw them back me. I know you follow them. You saw the notice. Just
I
like
know you saw them post about it too.
Exactly. And thank you, John, because you just clarified that.
Yeah. Now we know.
You can't lie anymore, people.
Well, good for that guy.
Yeah,
right.
That's crazy.
Go, man.
I think if that ever happens to me, man, I'm
gonna cry.
For real.
There will be tears.
Yeah, I'll be on Kickstarter doing a live. I'll be like doing a live crying.
A live cry, man, for sure. Crying with that wine, right?
Yep. Drinking the wine, like shaking as a.
Drying your tears with $100 bills.
I know, right? Thank you so much. Honestly, knowing me, I get generous and I'll probably start throwing in extra books that wasn't even on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like, have you read this? No, here you go.
That works too.
So I'm going to share this one because this is one that I'm actually helping on. I'm kind of consulting on the back end on some PR stuff. The Antagonist from Godhood Comics. So it went live yesterday and we're already almost 50% funded. So
he's moving pretty well. He'll be fine.
He is. I mean, I expected us to hit the Kickstarter lull already, and we haven't. And so I'm excited. This is my first experience with the Kickstarter, and it's so nice because it's not my own project; it's somebody else's.
So you get to get your feet wet.
Exactly. I don't have to worry as much.
There's nothing worse than doing your own Kickstarter for the first time. I swear that was a horrible feeling.
I still shake a little bit when people bring it up.
Oh, spill it.
That's
what
the
happened?
Antagonist from Godhood Comics. Back it if you haven't yet. Just gonna throw that out there.
See, Britt, you try to get me in trouble.
I just
3 issues. It's for the first 3 issues. You're backing issues 1, 2, and 3. So,
yeah, that's right. That's right. It is.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So
he'll probably end up. I think he might reach his goal well before. He'll probably reach his goal before he even gets out at 20.
Yeah, I hope so.
The 20-day mark, he should. As long as he keeps pushing it and branding it, and people that backed him before come back, he should be fine.
Yeah. So I knew a lot about Kickstarter before getting access to the back panel, but getting access to the back panel, I can now really commiserate with you guys about just the overwhelmingness of running a Kickstarter campaign. Because it's like, holy crap.
So what Britt is saying, Aaron and Matt, is when we launch in February,
he knows the thing now.
Yeah, we need to give him access to our Kickstarters.
Cheers. I work for a nonprofit in the Atlanta area, and yesterday was Giving Tuesday, and I kind of had this epiphany. I run the digital campaigns for our nonprofit, and so yesterday on Giving Tuesday, I raised $60,000 for my nonprofit.
See?
And I started getting this idea about how, Kickstarters and Giving Tuesday campaigns are not that different. And so, I got some ideas.
So Britt may be our way to 20,000 an hour.
Man, you're about to have a busy February, Brent. Man, clear the month.
We'll be happy with 5.
So for the creators in the bunch, and anybody can chime in. I don't care. Anybody can chime in. Since we were talking about Kickstarters, what's one of the things to people out there that just is a pet peeve to yours when you see somebody do in a Kickstarter? Nobody can get offended if they say something you've done. Don't get offended.
My biggest pet peeve is asking me to back your campaign and you've never backed mine.
I knew that was
like that is my biggest pet peeve. Like
seconded.
That's fair.
What I don't like, it's along the same lines as people message me and like, hey, back my campaign. And I'm like, no.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Do we know each other?
I don't know if I should say it, but I'm gonna say it. It's December. What are they gonna do to me and Matt? Nothing. They might not even back next time anyway. So
exactly. That's how I approach things now.
I don't like the direct personal message from a creator that's like, hey, go back my book. That it puts me off.
Yeah.
Me too.
Especially if you never back mine.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I have a chip on my shoulder about that.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little one.
Just a little one.
Like, if I'm on your mailing list, if we're friends, like if Aaron or Matt or Tier or Malachi message me like, hey Brett, this is going live, like A, I would already know, but B, yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
cool.
but saying, hey Brett, we're going live, and hey Brett, back my book. Those are two very different messages.
Very true.
Like, especially, can you imagine this, Brett? Like, I hadn't talked to you like in a month, and I'm like, Brett,
Whatever.
back my book. You're gonna be like, you haven't even said hi. How
Yeah,
about that?
exactly.
You know, I thought we were friends.
And then they get a little bit bolder. Yeah, and I'm speaking from real experience. It's just, hey, back my book and let people know about it.
Oh, I've had back my book, and I hope you back at the X tier. Like, no.
Ooh.
Don't tell me what tier.
Just for that, I'm backing and then pulling my pledge out.
Yeah, I was about to say, fight back.
I'm not even going back. I'm just responding and say, who are you?
Yeah.
Or leaving them red.
What did you write?
If someone told me that, you're gonna be my first $1 backing.
Now, I don't want people to think like if you have a Kickstarter campaign and you're just messaging the Indie Comics Dispatch to say, hey, we have a campaign, that's cool.
Yeah.
But saying, hey, Brett, back my campaign.
That's different.
See, now if they were saying,
and Brett, you got that awesome podcast, so I know you're rolling in dough. Get the $60 tier. Here's $1. Hope you make it.
I'll be praying for you. That you make it your goal. Not getting it done for me. It's the way you approach people. You cannot approach back my tier. Who are you talking to? Especially me. I'm like, who are you talking to?
Or what if I just don't like the book? Like, am I allowed to not like stuff? Is that okay?
Yeah.
No. We're friends. You're supposed to like all of my stuff.
Oh, okay.
Not tell me the truth.
You're right.
I got me tearing up.
All right, $60.
That's why I have no friends now, Harley, because I tell the truth.
Friends are expensive, apparently.
So, John, you are starting to stock a store based on Kickstarters and other means, but like, what like, how would you take it if somebody are people starting to approach you and be like, hey, back my campaign? First of all, that's the kind of
he had to take a drink.
He's like, hold on, let me get a sip.
It's filled with wine, you said? No, it's not.
No, it's water. So I actually am horrible at drinking water throughout the day. So this was a birthday present that I really appreciate. That just reminds me that I need to drink water, and it's actually been very helpful.
Okay.
So
5 gallons in the morning, 5 gallons at lunch.
Yeah. See, John, I'm right there with you.
See, look, I'm not the only one.
Yep. Comes in handy.
Mine comes in a bottle.
I mean, you're gonna pee a lot, especially if you haven't drank water.
Exactly.
Matt and Aaron are destroying the earth. Look at them.
I know. Get sustainable plastic, gentlemen.
One bottle at a time, y'all.
That's right. At a time. Maybe if you'd back our campaigans, Brett, we wouldn't destroy the earth.
We could afford those cool giant thermoses.
You actually asked me, so I didn't. So, whatever.
So as I stock my store with different indie comics, I have noticed different approaches, and ones I can really appreciate the ones that say, hey, let's have a conversation. Let me tell you about who I am and what I'm trying to do. Then I get those ones that
you writing this down, Aaron? Instantly
sends me a follow, and then it's like an automated message comes through of here's my Kickstarter or my Indiegogo account, and like I will pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah,
and it's not because I don't care. I really want
that junk on red.
It's not that I don't care, and I really appreciate people reaching out. But there's a way to do something. It's all about creating relationships.
Yeah.
The relationship between a shop and a creator is let's have a conversation and dialogue. What do you want me to try and bring in? Tell me about the project. Who else is in the created with you? I have creators who just say, "Oh, this is my comic. I really would like it." Say, okay, but who are the writers? Who are the cover artists? Who are your inkers? Who are your letterers? Like, who are the people that helped you create this? Because it's a lot of work, and there are some that it's just one person, but and in one case there were like 6 people that they had forgotten to mention. So it's like
how do you forget to mention the people that
They must work for Marvel or DC.
So so it's so it's one of those where it's like I will try to my best to support every project I could. Sometimes it might not be a tiered level. It might just be like, hey, here's $5-10 that just backing it for just the sake of backing it, so it's something. But it's just one of those like where I'm now having to maybe come up with like a little checklist, like, okay, this is what I need from you before I can actually stock it in the shop, because it's the relationship works both ways. So yeah, it's something that's been a new occurrence lately, but so far it hasn't been too many.
We kind of went through that with the dispatch too, in a different sense. As we grew, we get the messages, I'll get the follow alert, so and so started following you, then the message, hey man, longtime follower, love your site.
Like, you do realize we see that, right?
Yeah, can I get on your podcast? What?
No, dude, we still get people asking to come on our podcast to pitch their books, which obviously tells you they've never listened, because that's not what the show is at all.
It isn't. It really isn't. It's a great show, but that's not what it's about.
Thanks. I know. And now I'm sitting here like, okay, I need to have John on so we can ask all those questions that everyone's been asking us to ask store owners.
And by no means, I'm no expert. I mean, in Case Comics has only been not around for 10 months, but I'm still learning some things. But let's how let's build connections. Let's have a conversation.
Absolutely.
My favorite part too is when people beg you to review their books, and then when they get a low grade, they cry about it.
We've never had that happen.
I don't even ask people to review ours.
Dare you?
I get too nervous, man.
No, you just send them, and then I'm like, "Can I review it?" And you're like, "Yes."
I mean, yeah, you get first dibs, and then if you want to review it, you can do whatever the heck you want with it after you read it.
Go up there and be like, I'm just gonna send a message. Hey guys, I cannot put this review on the website.
Yeah.
I do want to call out a book real quick, because I'm doing the review roundup now.
Oh shoot!
No, this is good. This is
good. Man.
So we do the review roundup right now for books that are the preview issues. Maybe I don't feel like I should give them a star rating yet. Maybe I just don't know enough. Maybe I'm not cool enough to understand what's going on there. Like, they have potential, but maybe I don't see enough yet to actually give them a full review, because I don't want to discourage people. So there is one called Superbug, and it's based on Kafka novel The Metamorphosis. So I'm not a Kafka guy, and then volume 1 had a ton of like kind of child neglect in it, and that's kind of, I deal with that on a daily basis, not my own children, but I deal with that.
Be quiet over there.
and so
you
and
quiet 3. Sorry.
So I was very honest that I didn't feel I could review it, and because it kind of triggered me. I deal with the stuff that's in this book on a daily basis, and the creator took it really well and was messaging me as like, well, here's my thoughts for volume 2. What do you think? I was like, that would make it a lot better, actually. So that's someone who just, again, maybe didn't get the review they wanted, but was so gracious about getting a review, an honest review, and then took that feedback and was like, aha, how can I make this better? And I really appreciated that. And so,
are there genres that you guys don't care to review, like personal, like ones that just they're not engaging to you, or
anything that is terrible? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's a genre.
Yeah, like don't ask me to review a crappy horror book.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
I know, top of the list. Haven't I?
No, those are the ones we want you to review.
Yeah, no, it's funnier that way.
The only way it's going to get on the site, though, is if it's a 2.5. So maybe.
Yeah, so it makes 2.5.
Yeah.
That's when you open up that Patreon and everyone gets access to the ones that are under 2.5.
Oh,
dude.
That...
It's called Crap Fest. Crap Fest reviews.
I just want to say hey to Chris from Homebrewed Comics. He's in the Instagram chat. Cool dude. Check out. I got some cool stuff going on. Genres I don't like. Actually, I think reviewing comics has opened me up to more genres. I would have used to probably say horror, but I actually like horror now because of comics and reviewing and kind of being forced to. Yeah. I don't think
now we have that discussion about horror being, is it psychological thriller horror or is it slasher horror? Because I enjoy, like Psycho, but some of the slasher stuff, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But like, I want that,
mess
that,
with your mind.
Mess with my head horror.
I like that, and then like monster stuff, like old school monster stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of different horror genres. You have sci-fi horror comedy, like Scorpio said earlier.
The old black and white, the Gill monster,
absolutely.
Wolfman, Jason, Michael Myers.
Yeah, my whole leg sleeve is Universal Monsters. So
yeah,
was it? You say Universal Monsters?
Yeah,
now we're gonna want to see it, Matt.
Oh, I ain't gonna show you my leg.
Show us your leg, Matt.
Put it on the desk.
Come on. Yeah. Post a picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
There you go.
He won't, but cool.
Yeah.
But some of the slasher stuff is a little too much for me. Like, I have yet to watch House of a Thousand Corpses. For some reason, I cannot watch that.
So you're not like a Dead Alive fan?
Probably not. If it's anything close to that.
Like for me,
I mean, it's like a lawnmower.
Yeah. For me,
on somebody, just I think it was.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can't remember who it was. I think it was. He's a famous actor or a famous director, but it's not what he does now. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Go ahead, Tier.
I would just say, like, if I'm gonna watch slasher, it has to be from the 80s.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like, if you write a slasher horror comic, it really needs to have that 80s vibe to me. Like a retro vibe, because I just don't know that you can do it otherwise.
Like New Year's Evil, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good slasher. Yeah, New Year's Evil.
Yep.
DC Comics did a whole New Year's Evil series in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't know.
Speaking of horror comedies, and I'm jumping to movies. Have you seen Happy Death Day? That's a good horror comedy, I think.
No, I haven't.
Didn't they make a sequel?
Yeah, they did. They made a sequel. But actually, it's weird because it's a horror comedy slasher, but then in the sequel, it becomes sci-fi. Like, it's crazy. But they knew what they were, and they kept with that. They knew they were this outlandish, like Sharknado. And
that's what I was about to say. They were playing off of tropes a lot for those movies.
Exactly.
Which is such a clever way to do stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Just lean into all that stuff.
It was Peter Jackson.
Peter,
he did Dead Alive, and it's just complete, just like gruesome horror. Crazy. It was one of his first ones. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Dead Alive. It's
that was my favorite. It's very dumb. And
with the baby.
Stupid. My mom hates it. Yes, especially the part when they're eating the pudding and the mom puts her. And the pus flies out and hits inside the man's pudding, and he scoops it up.
Yeah, Peter Jackson. Good job, Peter Jackson.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Emmys, right?
Yeah, right. You got to start somewhere, guys. This is how you start it.
Yeah.
Another Kickstarter that kind of feeds into what we're talking about right now is Snowy Works. If you guys aren't getting Snowy Works books, you're really missing out. You can get them for free on a lot of platforms, actually. So I've recently read what Tier read.
I read Wallbreakers. That was my first five show. Was Wallbreakers.
And then I just read Kalzer's, I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry, Drew, if that's not how you say it. Kalzer's Clock. And that was just really good too, and had that kind of sci-fi horror vibe to it. Tales from the Crypt meets I don't know. It was just really good. Twilight Zone maybe. But it's on Kickstarter right now, so you can get physical copies, and his tiers are ridiculously low. So you can get some really cool rewards for really cheap. Just search Snowy Works together. Kickstarter. Really good. You can get a ton of books for his. Like, the most you pay for a digital copy of one of his books is 99 cents. So it's phenomenal.
Now, do you actually get physical copies, or is it just digital?
You can get some physical copies. This is the Kickstarter right now to get Kickstarter or physical copies of these 3 one-shot comics.
Okay.
Really, he's got some really good stuff, and he's the one that we're partnering with for Tales from the Dispatch. Really happy for that.
Oh, and I think I'm gonna do a story for that, Britt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever Sierra Nova did their con over the weekend. Someone gave an idea of doing like a dialogueless comic. So I am going to attempt that. You know how much I love writing dialogue, so I'm going to attempt that just to
Didn't I do that in the 80s?
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. I think it was like one of their Snake Eyes stories, because of course he doesn't talk, so it makes sense. And that's what was brought up while they were talking about that. So
Really?
I'm gonna try that and see how it works. See if I horrifically fail or if I do well. It's gonna be fine.
I think as long as you're gonna have to, as long as you have a good artist on it.
Yep,
yeah.
True.
That's the real question.
I know you will. I know you will.
Second review.
I'm gonna send it straight to you. Like, yes, I get to review one of his books. 1 star.
Half of a star. No,
wow, really?
I wouldn't do that.
I remember that when you do your first comic.
Oh, you won't know about it. Trust me. It'll be out and published and everything in a movie and all. Hey, it's here. I got a comic out.
You want to review this? Like, no, I've seen that movie already. Thanks for asking me now.
So what are some of the trends, some of the upcoming things, or what you're seeing in indie comics? What are you seeing a lot of right now?
Acceptance. I'm seeing a lot of that now. Because
rejection.
Rejection. Is that thing too? Oh man, y'all names still get me, but I see that now. A lot of people are starting to accept indies. Where at one point, I know when I came in, people were like, "So who are your comics gonna? Is it for Marvel, DC? No, I'm my own publishing company. What? Yeah, I'm a small press publisher, indie publisher. You know. Okay, well, I don't know who that character is, so I'm not gonna read it. You know." But now, like I went to a con and like it was humiliating, and it was just a weird experience. But it was very humiliating. But like these kids saw the characters, you know, and they were excited. They wanted to come over there, and I think there was either their mother, or their grandmother. I'm not 100% sure. Just they were with a lady, and she like looks, and then looks at me, and then looks at my banner. And literally, I don't know if she was trying to have other people hear it, but she was just like, I don't know what that is. Come on. I'm just like, wow. Like, it was humiliating. Because like everybody at the other tables like turned and looked at my table. And I'm just like, wow, you know, so but now is not the case that much anymore. I think a lot of people are trying to see what indie comic creators are doing. Because it's so open and there's so many different stories and so many different genres and so many different takes of the same story. Like you can have superhero genre, but all of these different, like if you look at, you look at Catalyst and then look at Sovereign, we're telling our superhero stories differently. You look at her, it's 3 different types of superhero stories, being told, so, and I think people are starting to like that, that they can go to these different publishers and get a different type of superhero story. Whereas, they really couldn't, because like DC have started cookie cutter and Marvel's been cookie cutter for all the way into the movies. People don't want to admit it, but those movies are very cookie cutter. So
same setup, same execution.
Exactly. So, and I think a lot of people are
even they say they always go back and watch Superman the movie, the original with Christopher Reeve, before they start a script every time.
Yep, and there you go. So I mean, that's what I've been noticing. There's a lot of acceptance. I mean, I think the cosplay thing helped, so I can't wait to see how next year goes. That's gonna be crazy. I want to see somebody cosplay.
Yeah, great job, Brett.
Dope.
Yeah,
Malachi, you're gonna have anybody cosplay her next year?
I mean, that would be nice. I had someone this summer. She cosplayed as her, so that was pretty.
Very cool.
It was more emotional than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Show the interest in your character, and then for her to to buzz me and through DM, and she said that she felt she really connected with the character and how it was pretty much her, and I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe it wasn't for nothing. So I would love to see more people as not just her but my other characters, the characters who make the jump from the novel to the comic book. So of course this goes with the belief that there's no coronavirus next year.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I heard speaking of cons, I heard some cons are already canceling for next year.
Oh, they've been doing that all year.
Yeah, already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, since we pretty much got the virus out of the White House, we should be fine next year.
Yeah.
Why would you say that while I'm drinking? But I have my iPad and computer covered in wine.
You got to get rid of. You got to start at the head and kill the virus before you get rid of all of it. So,
right. You got to drain the swamp.
Hello.
Speaking of horror movies,
Nice segue.
Yeah, horror movies. The Orange Puff. Killer Puff.
Wasn't there an old horror B movie? It was called The Stuff. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was The Stuff. Because the old dude, Martin's boss in the Martin TV show, I can't think of the actor's name right now.
Stanley.
Who was in it? What was that?
Stanley, the radio show.
Yeah, Stanley. Yeah, he was in that movie. It was called The Stuff. It was very B movie.
Wasn't that like about ice cream or something?
Yeah, and it was like
yes, I remember that movie. It was like a governmental thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something like a meteor had fell or something.
Yeah.
And they were it's like from another planet, and they were taking it and filling it up and putting it in ice cream. Everybody was eating it, and it was like killing them. It was like a virus that was taking over. It's called The Stuff. I remember that movie.
Sounds like 2020, huh?
It was it was hard for me. It was hard for me and my mom to eat ice cream for a while because we would look at it. It looks just like Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah.
Well, think about
I'm just like
candy from Killer Clown from Outer Space. Remember how it was absorbing people?
Yeah, they would turn them into cotton candy. No, cotton candy.
It was like
that was those clowns.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
It was.
I enjoyed it.
That was horror comedy. That was a good.
Everything y'all just described did not sound like a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's a dumb movie and it knows it's dumb. Like it's a horror comedy movie and it knows.
They even have Funko Pops of those clowns now.
Yep, you go ahead.
And Zobi just had a signing for the people that created those clowns. Yeah.
Not everything. Back.
I'll tell you this. This is how, hey, Aaron. This is how crazy that movie was, right? One of the clowns was like, I think he was like, right. He was chasing the protagonist, and he was on an invisible motorcycle. Like they were doing mime shit. Like it
literally
knew what it was, and it stayed there.
Had the huge hammer just knocking people's heads off.
It
was funny, but it was
did the clown car bit.
Matt, I think we're putting way too much effort into our stories.
I agree.
They did the pie bit, and it was acid pies. Like it was seriously a dumb horror movie.
It was.
If you haven't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
oh my goodness,
actually, just don't.
I watched it once.
Did you?
And that was enough.
I have
that's
to.
all I'm going to say. That I mean, that's
all. I think it's been about 3 or 4 years since I watched it, so I'm coming up on rewatching it. Just to.
I'm gonna have to find it now. I have to watch it now. That and the stuff. I have to find
just do it. Just go for it.
What Malachi?
It may be on Shudder. That particular app.
Yeah.
That would be something that's on Shudder.
Yep. Yeah.
Something I would not sign up for is Shudder.
Don't forget, if you're gonna watch horror movies this year, this month, Krampus. Krampus.
I have yet to see that one. And Black Christmas.
I just
the older one and the original one.
Movies.
Huh?
The last year was horrible. Like it was really. I wanted to hurt myself.
I'm talking about the older one, like the 1987
I
one.
watched that one, but not the remake from last year. That was god awful. Yeah.
Was that the one about the cult
like the sorority girls, and they had like the baseball bat? It was like girl power, but not really.
I have that one. It was okay. It's nothing like the first original one though.
Hey guys, I want to say bye to John. He has to run. If you don't know, In Case Comics, follow them on Instagram. Go to incasecomics.com or go to indiecomicsdispatch.com and click on their link from there. John, thanks for joining us.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. Hope to do this again.
Definitely. All right. Well, we are over an hour. We have veered into the realm of cheesy horror movies, which is fine. I do want to share one more Kickstarter. This is one that I have no personal backing in, but they're just somebody cool on Instagram. Frontier Forever Regenesis. It's live right now. They've already made their goal. So if you back it, you're going to get whatever you back. And so check them out. They look pretty cool. It's a sci-fi series and looks very interesting.
Jeez.
That's one.
I like that vehicle back there.
I have actually found that I like.
You mean the horse?
No, before.
If they don't call that a horse, then I'm just.
Yeah,
that's the stallion.
Yeah,
I like that.
it better have a horse name.
Where, but that's a genre that I realized that I like that I wouldn't have without having to review books is westerns. And Western sci-fi is even more cool to me. So.
Oh, I'm about to have a short story that's right up your alley then.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's called A Bullet for the Road.
Awesome. So I don't know. We're just going to assume that's called The Stallion because I don't see it here anywhere. So sorry, guys, at Frontier Forever. If that is not the name of this, you need to do.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Just put Aaron Dowen as credits in the. I'll take it.
Oh,
It has to be named. Like I would be disappointed. Like if I got that and reviewed it,
Tier would send it back.
Like if it wasn't called a stallion or horse or Mustang or something like that.
Yeah.
The Iron Steed.
That'd get half a star.
Like nothing.
Like you had all the opportunity in the world, you didn't do that.
I'd even be okay with the mule or something. You know, like
No, stallion.
No.
Yeah, now that I said stallion, I can't go back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
How are you gonna go from a stallion to a mule? Are you serious?
2020. 2020.
Armored Car called the Mule on their 2020 bingo card. Anybody?
That was a free space.
I'm just saying, like that'd be a missed opportunity, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's cool to have other creators up here because you see those things. Like as soon as you saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's a nice vehicle." And he's like, "The horse." Like, come on, there you go. Perfect.
Can't help it. My brain's broken.
What was it called? That old cartoon, Brave Star.
Yeah, Brave Star. Yeah, they actually have mechanical horses in Brave Star, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Hashtag I'm old.
Yeah, me too.
Ben on
It's
Facebook
the long
says,
goat.
"Oh no, it's the long goat."
You know,
It's no stallion.
The long coat. Oh, that's the name of it. The
Yeah,
long coat.
long coat.
I thought they were talking about the woman's coat. I'm sorry.
What?
That's because you just saw the main picture and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I get it.
But here's the thing:
Okay.
like, if you make another one, name it the Stallion or even the Duster. Like that would have been cool too.
That would have been cool. The Duster. I like that.
I can deal with the long.
long.
I'm not too mad. I'm not too angry.
So I'm upset. And I want to know.
the one you talk about the woman's coat. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's because she's wearing a long coat.
Yeah, she's wearing a long coat, literally.
It
A long
is a
coat.
long coat.
I want to know what those pieces of fabric are on that tree back there. Like I'm one that like.
pieces of a long coat.
That's right. Obviously.
Why is that there? Is that a purpose? Is that some sort of story?
Hair.
Someone obviously got dusted. That's
You're in
what
You're in the trees, man. You're in the trees.
I can go on.
Cheer forever. Sure, great.
My
What
grandma-
happened to
my
your
grandma
live
was a
stream?
love-
We really just side railed you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm the nice guy here. These guys, I don't even know. They just
Dude, this is what happens when I get on other shows. When Matt and I aren't hosting, I just get in trouble, man.
Yeah, they were all nice when they were hosting me. And then we started getting crazy by episode 2.
Yeah.
listen to episode 2 yet. I need to.
Yeah, you should.
You guys annoyed me in episode 1 though, so I stopped. No.
Well, dang.
I did a shout out. Take my shout out.
Well, if in a couple of weeks you'll get to hear Tier bust on Greg a little bit for not having questions for his panel.
Exactly. Hey, you did it too.
You started it.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
So let's give Greg a shout out real quick before we start wrapping things up. Greg just got done with this massive weekend of Cedar NovaCon.
Yeah.
Damn, like he just went all weekend long. It was some good stuff too.
He inspired me, but he also showed me what not to do.
You're dang right.
Wow.
I said it.
Oh, God.
He's
Like,
gonna yell at me in the DMs.
but in all honesty, though, you need that. You need somebody to
Yeah.
do it so that you can be like, okay, well, here's the things I would change. Because he's already said things he would change for next time.
Because I'm gonna try to. Oh yeah, Brett. I was supposed to ask you about this. Did I?
Mhm.
But yeah, possibly moderating one of the panels for him next time.
The conversation we had, you must have been drunk, but yeah, you asked me.
Oh wow. Throw him all the way under the boat.
I work in IT. We drink a lot.
To forget your day.
Comic on Instagram just said, maybe you guys can trash my book once it's done.
Oh wow!
We haven't trashed anybody's book.
Now we rate our own hard. If you're on our team, we're gonna get rated hard.
Yeah,
you did it to me. You told me my covers are crap.
I did. I think I technically said they were shit.
But I fixed it because of that, and now my covers are bad.
We had somebody bust on someone that you all would know bust on the cover for Tilt 3 because they didn't even know what the Statue of David is. They're like, it's kind of boring. Wow. And we're like,
that was so dope.
Wow.
you know what that is though. And he was like, nah.
What year were they born in?
Yeah.
Oh, they're older than I am.
Oh wow. Shame on them.
And they didn't.
Couldn't know the Statue of David.
Right.
They must be part of that generation that left school in 6th grade. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna shut up now.
That was wrong.
Oh, it was me.
Here, what's in that glass, man?
Wine, and I'm gonna drink some more later.
I've noticed this a lot lately. The more I get to know Tier, the more he opens up a little bit about this stuff.
Like our first show, I was all, and then it just started getting worse and worse. And Britt's like, "Okay."
That live show this past weekend was it got brutal for a couple minutes.
Yeah. I think that's why Britt keeps me around. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." He's like, "I'm the straight man, and you're the clown."
I don't know why Greg allows me to do stuff on his stuff.
Speaking of Greg, I was reading Crossbones from Covenant Comics, and Greg makes a guest appearance in Crossbones issue 3.
He does? That's cool.
That sounds like something Greg would do.
We should all start doing that. We should all start putting each other in each.
Just cameoing.
Yeah, just cameoing.
Say which one, and it's none of y'all's. So boo to you. But I am gonna make a cameo in an upcoming comic book.
Nice.
Be there.
See, we have that option. We just make people pay for it.
That is the tier, the highest tier.
That's right. That's the highest tier.
Oh, and speaking of cameos, I really like the cameo you did. I'm not gonna say who you had cameo in your Tilt book.
I mean,
is it someone classic?
Yes.
Which issue? Issue 1?
Yeah.
You mean the character that Brett's gonna do a voice for?
That's me.
Really? That's awesome. You know who I'm doing who I'm. I've been working on that all day. I'm like, how am I gonna make him? It's gonna be 80.
You don't have to do anything but be you.
But be
yeah, man. Your voice is already perfect for it.
Say no more. He's gonna be reoccurring. Don't kill him off. I'm telling you, people are gonna love him.
Nah, I want him to have his own series someday.
Oh wow! Look at it, man. I'm getting back into acting. They told me the whole time about modeling. I used to model when I was a kid. And actually,
we know,
Tier. Jeez,
but you're letting me back in. I appreciate it.
I actually didn't know that. So.
I didn't know that either.
You said
I almost got into it though.
You almost got into it.
Yeah.
I'm glad my mom took us out of it early, like as far as the whole child acting thing, because who knows where I'll be at now.
Malachi's
like, what happened? 80s doing this?
Nothing.
I'd have been on okay, like 7.
I feel like Malachi's like, would they just shut up?
I'm just lost, but that's my natural state anyway.
I'll let Malachi fool you. He gets jokes.
Malachi is my favorite people on Facebook, y'all. I gotta just say this real quick. Don't follow Malachi if you're a bigot of any sort. But Malachi is one of my favorite people on Facebook.
Oh, Brett. You see what I posted earlier?
Screenshot your stuff and send it to my wife. I'm like, have you seen this?
You see the Santa Claus meme I put up earlier?
The which one?
The Santa Claus.
I don't think so. I love your current profile picture.
Yeah, sure.
So, what's your Facebook page name, Malachi? I want to know now.
It's Malachi Bailey. Yeah.
Are we
okay? Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was Malachi Bailey. I didn't know if you were under like a whole other name. Malachi Bailey. Okay.
What you see, the way that I am online is the way that I am, face to face. I mean, there's no.
So you're nice until someone pisses you off.
Huh?
So you're nice until someone pisses you off.
Oh yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
What is?
I'm a Leo, so.
Did you say
you're what now?
I'm a Leo, so.
Oh, I'm a Scorpio.
I don't know what that means.
And I'm stuck right in between you both.
I'm a thing one.
Oh, man.
You know, in my mind, sometimes I like to imagine that Brett is completely opposite of how he is online in real life.
Can you imagine?
I think it'd be hilarious.
He's like he's actually a actual villain.
Yeah.
How am I online? So I'm interested to hear.
I feel like he's gonna take those glasses off, let his hair down, and just completely change.
Yeah.
I think
my kids.
Good. Now that is over.
take it out.
Now I own the indie world.
That's right.
Fools.
If it was an anime, he is a villain. I mean, he got the glasses.
I mean, for sure, though.
It's great because people, because of the glasses and because of my lighting, people don't really realize how old I am. And then now when I go out in public too, like I have the mask on and people don't realize how old I am. I said like I'm ancient. I'm not ancient, but I'll be 40 soon, and a lot of people.
That's not old.
That's not old.
That's not old.
I just turned 37 last month. That's not old.
I'm
Yeah.
37.
I turned 37 in September.
Oh my God.
I'm always the baby.
Aaron's the baby.
How old
Always
are
the
you?
baby. I'm 31.
Aw.
No.
I'm sorry.
He's churring.
All right.
That's like 52 right
Little
now.
shilling.
I'm close. Yeah. No, I'm 35.
Okay.
I'm always the oldest one.
Yes, okay.
Who's the oldest?
Old man Brett.
Old man Brett.
I did
You
not
said almost 40. You didn't tell your age though.
Yeah.
I'm 39. I'll be 40 in July.
Okay.
I didn't know he was that age either until like I think it was like one of the podcasts. I was like, I think I'm probably the oldest person here. And he got contacted me in DMs. He was like,
No.
so you said you were the oldest. How old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm 37. He's like, 39. I'm like, shit. Okay.
So you're going to do for your birthday weekend, you're going to do a 3-day virtual con?
Yeah, totally. Was it Greg's birthday weekend?
No, that would have been hilarious, though.
Yeah,
What a horrible way to spend a birthday.
I was like, holy shit.
I would have felt, wow. I did know for me on my birthday month, because like Sovereign Comics' birthday is actually September 9th, 2009. So I think it's around, the weekend of September 11th is when I'm going to do mine. So I will be reaching out to you all to do panels. And I'll let you do whatever you want. Like, I don't mind if it's wild and crazy.
Don't say that.
Did you not see what I did last time?
Man, and Aaron, I'm giving you.
I did an hour-long set of reading short stories and playing acoustic oldies songs. So don't threaten me with a good time.
Hey, you know what? Bring acoustic story time over. I want you to. That'd be awesome.
I have that launched a whole other side that I was like, oh, there's so much content I could do with that. Like acoustic metal.
You don't follow Aaron's personal account on Instagram, you miss out on all his acoustic playing that he does live shows of.
Yep. I do.
All right, gentlemen.
Matt just draws.
He just draws, which I'm grateful for, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
I do what I can.
I'm grateful for it as well.
Gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. I think we're wrapping up. I'm going to call it before any more shenanigans occur.
Because
what?
It will.
It will.
Yeah,
it will.
Next week, our show is So It's Your First Time, eh? That's the title of the show. About people making their first comic book.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I thought we were playing a drinking game.
So we're going to have people on that are about to publish their first book or just published their first book. We have a whole host of really cool people coming up. Dope Girls Comics, Bristol Media Groups, The Spot Comic. I know I'm going to forget some. I can never. C393. He wrote a book called Spirit Language that just recently came out, and it has an accompanying hip hop soundtrack that goes along with it. Who else we got coming on? New Verse. Yeah, cool people next week.
Matt, you
do what?
That's content for next year. Just new people.
Yeah. Write it down.
Still in our
we just come on these shows to steal all your guests.
Yes.
Cool. Well, we do it the first time, then you guys get them on, and you do it much. So it's cool.
Oh yeah. We really know what we're doing. It's a real professional production over here.
And our guests that are left here are Matt and Aaron of the Beards and Comics podcast, also the co-creators of behind Catalyst Comics Studio. I noticed Kat's social media account disappeared again, so that didn't last long.
Yep.
Scorpio Chronicles, reviewer for Indie Comics Dispatch, and has his own YouTube channel under Scorpio Chronicles. Look him up.
Go follow him.
Go follow
him.
You need to get him some plaques.
Yes,
YouTube
and some YouTube checks, please.
Yep. And Malachi Bailey, writer, creator of Her and part of Wingless Comics, and now author of the Indie Comics Dispatch casting call article every month. And I have to give a shout out because Black Sands Entertainment saw that. I made sure they saw it, and they said they're going to send it out as part of an email blast to all their followers. So, and they now follow Malachi also. So, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Guys, we are back next week. This Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I am interviewing David Rucker of Decimation Earth. Tune in, same right here, to watch that and learn all about that comic book that successful Kickstarter just wrapped up. So, here, got anything you want to close in?
That second glass of wine.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm definitely going to get on that. I'm about to go get on that and watch Friend. I probably shouldn't do both of them at the same time, but don't ask people to back your Kickstarter if you haven't backed it.
Oh, wow.
You know I had to sign off with that. Come on. And also, check out my social media, sovereigncomics.com. Oh, Sovereign Comics on all social media. Look for the Orange Lion Head, sovereigncomics.com. Don't forget, I have my sale going on. Anything over $20 is 25% off, and we have these lovely hoodies in there. Also have some baseball shirts because I'm from North Carolina, and other than basketball, that's the other sport we play. Yeah, that is all.
Dan Schmidt just commented, thanks guys. I'd have to say, Dan, your book is one of the next ones I'm going to review. I have it, Worms Crawl In. I have it sitting there waiting to review. I opened it up over the weekend. It was going to start, but it's 160 pages, and I didn't have that kind of time over the weekend, so it's going to be a weekday read.
Really?
Well,
Here.
Over the course of several months.
Yeah, you were busy this weekend, though. I know.
I was really busy this weekend. So, gentlemen, thank you again for being here. It's been fun. Everybody out there, tune in next time. If you don't follow these gentlemen, follow them. We need to get some more female comic creators on the show because I always have to say gentlemen.
Ours too.
Well, next week we're going to have Dope Girls Comics on. So she will be our first.
Write that down, Matt.
LaShawn Colvin was supposed to be our first female guest last week, and
she got busy because she has a comic book store.
So she's living the dream. But we will get some more booked soon. So if you're a female comic creator, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everybody, we will talk to you later.
Follow our YouTube channel too, because we're trying to get YouTube checks.
Yeah, follow our YouTube. We'll never get YouTube checks, but maybe we'll get podcasts.
Never say never.
Jeez.
I'm getting mine.
Come on, Brett.
Gosh.
Everybody, we'll talk to you later.
He's so positive.
I try, guys. I try.